Hey, I'm Childer Bones, and I wanted to speak today about a few questions that have been emailed into my website. And one of the things that's been coming up lately is about when we do a magical spell, how much effort do we need to put in after we've performed the ritual or performed the invocation to the god and stated very clearly with a clear intent what we wanted to be manifest or cleared or endorsed or whatever the spell is. And it's a hard one to answer, but I guess from my own practice I would say that unless it's an emergency spell, unless it's something that's required for, which usually to help or assist somebody in a crisis situation, or maybe to rectify something in your own life in a very quick manner due to it being, you know, kind of code red level, I would say that if it was not in that category, where you need something to shift very quickly. If it was more in the category of kind of what I would call rolling hill magic, you know, soft seasonal type change that one would expect that will evolve over time, such as, for example, the necessity or the true desire to change an addictive type behaviour one had, or maybe there was a sense of lacking self-belief or wanting to instill more determination or strength or even fitness, something that you imagine may take some time, not necessarily for the manifestation, but for you to prime all parts of your psyche to be ready for that. So I think you can manifest things quite quickly, like a person or a position or an offer, but something that needs to change from within, the way I perceive it anyway, like a behaviour of yourself, takes a cycle of time, whatever that could be, whatever that is. So what I would say when we manifest, I would say if I was wanting to change a behaviour, a habitual behaviour in myself that I'd had for a long time that I didn't think served me anymore, and I thought that maybe magic could help me, I would maybe perform a ritual or an invocation to a god that I thought was particularly beneficial, either had a strong connection to me or was particularly beneficial to what it was that I was wanting to modify in myself. And I would do housework. So I would do the ritual or the spell, and then I would think to myself, okay, well, I've done that, so, and I've still got this very active sensation inside of me of my addiction or my behaviour or my habit. So therefore, I'm going to do day-to-day housework to remind myself and keep my magical intent clear. So I know that it's signed and sealed and the request has gone out to deity, and deity is going to support me absolutely. But in order for me to be a recipient of that behaviour changing, I'm going to stay true to my magical goal. And what I tend to do is what I call housework, magical housework, and that is that I will do whatever it takes in my day-to-day experience to make sure that I'm open recipient to the magic that's coming. So for example, I'll stay focused on what it is that I want, not what it is that I have been that I'm trying to get rid of. So one of the things that I did that I think might be a clearer example is when I gave up smoking, apart from the fact that I went nearly insane for 2 weeks, oh my god, apart from that, what I did was I maintained my my request to deity. So every single hour of the insanity of the first 2 weeks, I kept calling to Mother Mary. And Mother Mary, for her peace, that's what I kept asking her, was for her peace. And so I stayed true to the magical goal. And so I didn't light a cigarette, and that's how I've managed to stay off smoking. And eventually the sensations left me, and the gnawing addiction eased, and so did the behaviour. But what it was the daily homework. And it's easy to say that, isn't it, when it's an addiction, because when it's active, we're all aware when we're addicted to something that, you know, it's right in your face. And I guess, though, that the magical housework can be on anything. If you want quick alignment, if you want the sensation that you're going to feel at ease. So anything that you've called for, I'd say it's really important to stay as a recipient of the magic. So what we don't do is we don't focus, well, we try as much as we can to limit how much focus we have on the opposite of what it is that we're wanting to manifest and what we're wanting deities help with, or the magic to come and flood our being with, to transform ourselves. So we focus on the fact that we still want the change, and we try and visualize that we are the change already. We write lists of why do we want the change. If it's about love and caress and a sense of nurturing in your life, you know, I tend to say to people that are lining up with the Red Mother Goddess, or they buy the Red Mother potion, you know, write love letters to the Red Mother Goddess. She loves that. She loves the focus, and what it does is it keeps you in your magical focus, because this is what it is. You have to stay magically true. You can't, I think you lessen your probability and possibilities if we do a magic on a full moon and then spend the rest of the 27 days of the month going, well, where is it? Why isn't it here? I'm so lonely. Or, you know, I still am smoking 20 a day and I don't want to be. I mean, one light show event may work for some things depending on what it is and your own magic ability and where you are and what you're doing and blah blah. But I think when it's something that you want to change inside yourself, when you really want to transform, you've been doing something habitual, then we stay true to our magical goal, and eventually, and maybe in a short space of time, with this deliberate intent to stay true as a recipient, then things change. That's what I think. So I think we do rituals, we do spells, you know, we do a light show with the gods and we revere them, and then we do the work in 3D reality. We do whatever it takes in 3D reality to stay true to ourselves. So that can mean anything for yourself, whatever that is. I'm doing lists on the train, on the tube. I'm thinking, I'm seeing myself as a non-smoker. I'm talking to Mother Mary constantly, probably freaking her out. When I was going through my cravings, I constantly stayed on what I wanted. Stay on what you want, and then things transform.